This
Windows operating
conference
system.
will now be recorded.
Any other things we discussed? That's it. Okay. So let me open yesterday's session first. And we have seen how to install the operating system also yesterday, right? The features of operating system and hardware requirements, installation method, and yeah, here we discussed yesterday. And it's just a continuation of yesterday's session. It was not completed. So upgrade and migration of servers. As I said yesterday, there are two methods of installation. One is installation, another one is upgradation. So installation is very easy. It is simple, deleting the existing operating system or installing a new operating system in the machine. Okay, if you purchase a new machine, it will come with nothing. No operating system would be there. If you take a machine, okay, depends upon how you procure. For example, when you are procuring a machine in the sense either like laptop or desktop, you have to ask an operating system. If you don't ask for operating system, then they'll give either with Linux or empty machine they'll give. It's a new one which is having nothing, no operating system is there. Then you have to install the operating system. So how to install operating system I have shown you yesterday. The second way of installation is upgrade. Upgrade in this sense, there is an existing machine. That existing machine is running with an operating system, example 2008 or 2012 operating system. Then you want to upgrade the operating system from lower operating version of operating system to newer version of operating system, which is 2016. 2019 also you can install, but the way of installing is same for every operating system. It is same from XP. 98 to XP operating system upgradation is also same, and XP to Windows Vista, whatever. So upgrading operating system means it is adding new features and changing the version of operating system to newer. It is nothing but adding new features and changing the version of operating system to the newer version of operating system is nothing but upgrade. Okay, if somebody asks, I said you definitions are not predefined, so you can create your own definitions. You have to say what you understood about upgradation. So upgradation is nothing but it is in adding new features to existing operating system or changing the version of operating system to newer version of operating system. It's called upgradation. There is no possibility of degradation. Upgradation possibility. Okay. So upgradations, again, there are two ways of upgradation. One is in place upgradation. Another one is migration to latest operating system. Here you have to listen carefully because this concept is a concept where most of the organizations are doing now. Whenever any new operating system came and which is stable, then Microsoft will push companies to change their operating system or upgrade their operating system, right? How Microsoft has started new operating system called 2022, and the end of life for 2012 is about to end. Okay, any operating system end of life would be 10 years from the date of launching. In 2012, the new operating system came, and 10 years are already completed. So there is no more 2012 servers will be running officially. Maybe unofficially it may run, but officially 2012 servers won't run in future because Microsoft has stopped giving the updates. Updates are very important for any operating system, so they stopped the updates. So companies must upgrade to 2016 or 2019 or 2022. They have to. There is no other alternative. So Microsoft will insist companies to change their operating system version from lower to higher. So whenever any new release came and whenever any end of life is coming for any operating system, companies will upgrade their operating system to new. Because security is very important for operating systems. Security updates will come when Microsoft providing the updates. That's ఒక్కసారి మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ వాడి ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ అయిపోయింది నేను అప్డేట్స్ ఇవ్వను అంటే ఇంక వాడు ఇవ్వడు. then ఆ కంప్యూటర్ మీకు రిస్క్ లో ఉన్నట్టు. ఈవెన్ అటాక్ జరగవచ్చు, ఇంటర్నెట్ లో ఉంటుంది అండ్ డేటా కాపీ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ransomware may attack, or some malwares can be attacked, some kind of security breaches may happen. So these things should not happen, so they have to update their operating system. So there is no update, then we have to upgrade. Here update is different, upgrade is different. Update is different, upgrade is different. Upgrade ante changing the version of operating system. Update ante security updates istadu. They'll give some security patches to cover the vulnerabilities of any software. Vulnerability ante again security loopholes. There is a chance to get attacked. Okay, so update is different, upgrade is different. మీకు కుదిరితే రాసుకోండి రెండింటికి definitions. Difference is mandatory. If somebody asks update, you have to say about update, not about upgrade. Okay, update is update is a security patch. Update is a security patch to cover security vulnerabilities. Security vulnerabilities. Good morning, everyone. Anuradha, Gita, and Mani.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Sorry for the delay.
Good morning, sir.
I try to be on time. I asked yesterday everyone to be on time, but I missed that. Sorry for that.
Okay, no problems.
Yeah. So update is different, upgrade is different. Upgrade in the sense changing the version of operating system or adding new features to the operating system would call upgrade. Okay, simple. If you have mobile, currently Android 11 is running, right? If 12 came, so they'll be upgrading the operating system. But Android 11 is still getting updates from Google to cover the security issues, right? Performance issues and software related issues or security related issues. They are providing the updates. But once they release a new operating system, definitely they'll upgrade the operating system. They'll give an upgrade. Just remember both of them. Okay. So here I'm talking about upgrade, not about update. We have a separate class called Windows Update Service in the sessions, Windows sessions, coming sessions. But here I'm talking about upgrade. So upgrades are again two types. One is in place upgrade, another one is migration to latest operating system. So in place upgrade, what is in place upgrade? In place upgrade means I have only one machine with me and which is running 2012 operating system, example, and I want to upgrade it to 2016. I can boot from a bootable media like pen drive or DVD drive, whatever it is. Then I can click on upgrade. You have seen the option, right? When we are installing the operating system, there is an option of upgrade and custom. We selected custom. There you have to select upgrade. If you select upgrade option, it will take some time and it will change the version of your operating system. It will go through some processes. You have to give the details which are to be installed and which are not to be installed. There is a specific process to upgrade. Once upgradation is done, your system will get rebooted twice. Then your new operating system will be available. But this is very complicated because the existing application may work or may not. As I said, you are running a website on Windows 2012, which is designed for Windows 2012 operating system, right? As I said, IIS, web service, Internet Information Services. For example, in 2012, I have IIS version of 8.5, whereas in 2016, the IIS version is 10.0. 10.0. What happens? My website is designed for 8.5 IIS, but I upgraded the operating system and the IIS version is got changed to 10.0. Now my application is not compatible with 10.0, then my application won't work properly. Right? So upgradation of operating system should not impact any application functionality. You just remember that. Okay? Upgradation is that much complicated. That is one way of upgradation. In place upgradation. Within the same machine, I'll upgrade it. That is one way of upgradation. And second way of upgradation is I'll take another machine, because these are virtual machines, right? I'll spin up a new virtual machine with latest operating system, Windows Server 2016 or 2019, whatever I want. Okay, then I'll install what all the requirements are there for my application. I'll install in my new machine. Okay. Yeah. For example, this is my machine, which is my Windows 2000. Okay, I'm running a website. And what I'll do, I'll spin up another machine. In the same virtual environment and the same network with Windows Server 2019. 16 or 2019. Now, to run my website, I have to install few requirements. It may require .NET, or it may require Java, and it may require a database application. Just to run my website, I have few list of requirements. So what I'll do, I'll replicate the configuration as is with my server. Means I'll be installing all the requirements like .NET or Java or any other service or IaaS service, and the database, everything I'll install in new machine. Here I'll be installing the requirements. Once my requirements are installed, and those are ready. Here, please. Once my requirements are ready, prerequisites are ready. These are called pre-requirements or prerequisites. So these prerequisites are ready. Then what I'll do, I'll transfer my application here. I'll transfer in the sense I'll configure my website in new machine also. Here it is not publicly available. It is not published to network. It is available within my on premises. The second machine is available within my premises. And the first one is, it is providing services to customers. It is available in the internet. But second one, still it is not live. Okay. The second one, what I'll do, I'll install all the prerequisites. I'll configure my application and I'll start doing testing. These environments are called UAT, user accept testing. User accept testing. Our test servers are user UAT environment, whatever call it is. These terms are real-time terms. Okay. The first server is called production, and second server is called UAT. What is that? UAT, user acceptance test. Environment. Okay, so in my UAT environment, I'll install the application too. Then I'll start doing testing. I'll do the functionality test of my application. I'll do the performance test. Okay, everything, integration test. For example, this website is connecting to some other website in the world somewhere. So I have to check all these connectivities. So once everything is ready in my new machine, then I'll go for go live. What is the next step? Go live. Go live in the sense we are going to take a downtime for the website. You are usually get the messages from banks. These ATM or these particular bank services are not available between 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. on Sunday, so that you'll not be, after that you'll not be facing any challenges due to some upgradation, due to some maintenance work. We are making this service down for 4 hours of time in Sunday. You'll be getting these messages right every time. because they are putting them in maintenance mode because they are doing some activities. In the same way, the first website, the first server I'll take a downtime of 4 hours. Then what I'll do, I'll do the cutover. So cutover in this is the go live activities. The second server will be live after 4 hours. How? By doing some DNS changes and all. What are those DNS changes? Everything we are going to discuss. There are a set of processes which will be executed in this duration, so that the second machine will go live, first machine will become as UAT. Okay, the second machine will be go live, means after 4 hours or after the duration of our downtime, the second machine will start providing services to the customers. Okay, and first one, it won't be available in the internet. It is available only in your on-premises. Right, now where's the application? In new machine, right? Where is the application? In new machine. It means I have upgraded my operating system from lower version of operating system to newer version of operating system. Got it? This is what side by side. What is it is called? Side by side upgradation. Two machines are there. I'm just transferring my application from one to new one, the old one to new one. That is what side by side upgradation. First one is in place upgradation, which is very complicated. If the application is not working, you cannot retrieve it back until unless you have a backup. Until unless you have a backup, you cannot retrieve the operating system back if it is upgraded. That is more complicated. But the second option is side by side. Side by side means you are not disturbing the existing system. You are configuring a new system with latest operating system. You are copying all the data. You are transferring all the services. You are reconfiguring as the first one, and then you are doing the go live, right? And still after go live, if I face any challenges, still I have options to go back because my existing, the old machine is still available in my net. Got it, clarity? That is what the side by side upgradation. Side by side upgradation. Okay. So understood about upgradation of in-place upgradation and side-by-side upgradation. Any questions? Any questions who are online?
No.
Hello. Any questions for the people who are online on side-by-side and in-place upgradation? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, then do you have any questions on this? Side by side and in place?
No, sir.
Yeah. Our session must be interactive, yeah. It's not like a radio. It should not be. Okay. So you clear about upgradation now? Yeah. Next one is, it's not about upgradation, it is activation. Yeah. So the next one is about Windows licensing. Windows licensing. Once you install operating system, you have to activate your license. There is no other alternative. As I said, Windows licensing, Microsoft Windows licensing is very complicated and very costly. That is the reason people are going to Linux, because Linux is open source, which is free. Only for support they'll charge, but for operating system they'll give for free, of course. But Windows, even for using the operating system, we have to pay to Microsoft, and for support again there is a charge. And again, For upgradation, again there is a charge. So for all these things, there is a package called software assurance from Microsoft, where everything will cover. License with software assurance will give everything, so that they can use here or they can use cloud, in cloud, wherever they want to use, they can use it. So there is a package called software assurance. We'll discuss about it later. But Microsoft licensing is very, very, very important. You have to activate the license. So in how many ways we can activate the license? Generally, if you have a single machine or a single laptop, anyhow, if you purchase a laptop, it will come along with the operating system. That everyone knows. Okay, this operating license is called OEM. OEM. OEM ante original equipped manufacturer. I forgot about it. Let me check. OEM. Original equipment manufacturer, exactly. Original equipment manufacturer. It means the license will be provided by the manufacturer itself. This laptop, when I purchased, I got this operating system, professional Windows 10 professional. I got the operating system from vendor itself. HP is provided the operating system license directly. So Microsoft and HP will have their own contact, separate procedure it is. But HP will provide the license for me because it is an OEM license, original equipment manufacturer. Okay, but in the case of servers, I said about OEM is about for the desktop operating systems. But for servers, there are three kind of licensing methods. One is Active Directory based activation. Second one is key management services. Third one is multiple activation key. First one is Active Directory based activation. Second one is KMS, key management services. Third one is MAK, multiple activation key. So first one is about Active Directory based authentication. If you read, you can. Active Directory based authentication. You have to configure a Windows activation server in your local machine. If you want to use the Active Directory based activation, for example, an organization is there. For one machine, I can copy the key. Somewhere I'll get the key. When I purchase an operating system, I'll be getting a key. After installation, I have to go for a activate option. I'll show you here because we have a Windows machine, right? So if you see this is the operating system we installed yesterday, right? Just go to settings. Yeah. Go to settings, then update and security. Here you have an option called activation. If you click on activation, it has 180 days of evaluation edition as of now. So it has Windows is activated. It is showing as Windows is activated because we have 180 days of activation method. If it is not activated, it will be asking for license key or enter key. So I'm just clicking on change product key. So you'll be getting this kind of window, the same window. You have to type the key which is provided by Microsoft when you purchase the operating system. For one machine, it is very easy. It is just simple. Go to activation, then update key. You'll be getting this window. Then enter the key which is given by Microsoft when you purchase the operating system. For one machine easy, but if I have thousands of machines in my organization, then organization will have thousands of machines, thousands of servers. As I said, one of my friend is working on for a company. He's alone managing 40,000 servers. 40,000 servers. Just imagine. So if I want to uh, activate license for n number of machines in the network, what I have to do? I have to go for a concept called Active Directory based authentication, which is this. First option is Active Directory based authentication. Used to activate the more number of servers in the network. It's a service which activates more number of servers in the network. The second one is key management service. Key management service in the sense, the one which I have just shown you, you'll be getting a key that you have to install it in your machine by typing it in your machine. That's it, easily. And multiple activation keys also one of the service which single key will support for multiple machines. It's called paper license. Only one key which supports for multiple machines. They'll give a paper license, one key of license, and they'll say it works for 10 machines or it works for 100 machines. What you have to do? You just have to use the same key for every machine. Multiple activation key. Got it? And these licenses will be provided by the Microsoft using a portal called Microsoft Volume Licensing Portal. Microsoft Volume Licensing Portal. One key is supporting for multiple machines to activate. That they'll give. When you are purchasing, you'll say, I need a paper license which supports for multiple machines. In my organizations, I have 30 machines. I just wanted to update license for all of them. So just give the license. They'll give one key with 30 activations. So you can activate up to 30 machines. You can activate up to 30 machines. It works. Okay. Key management service is nothing but it is like providing the key. You provide a key list of keys and you have to install the one which we have done. Okay. And these can be done through the network also even. That is what we are going to learn in volume licensing, Windows volume licensing. Okay, so you got the about upgradation. So if you want to do the upgradation, you have to install Server 2012 first, then upgrade the operating system to Server 2016. If you want to do the practice, how to do the practice today I'm going to show you, because you will not be available here and people are joined through online. For all of us, what we can do is we can install either Hyper-V or VMware in your machines. Okay, I think yesterday I have shown you how to install Hyper-V, right? So I'll show you now again in one machine. There I'll show you again how to install, how to create virtual machines. Okay. So let me check whether it is there or not. Installing in physical machine is a bit complicated because I have to restart multiple times. I'll show you here. That's better. So guys, you just listen carefully how to install Hyper-V services in your machine. Just go to run. Okay, not record. Just go to server manager. You have Windows 7 operating system, right? I think. Just give me a minute of time. మీరు యూజ్ చేసేది మీ ల్యాప్టాప్ మాక్సిమం విండోస్ 7 కానీ విండోస్ 10 కానీ అయి ఉంటాయి, రైట్? సో విండోస్ 7 లో కానీ 10 లో కానీ ఎలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలో చూపిస్తాను. And moreover, for every session, you have to do practice on the same day. Okay, at least within 1 day లో మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తేనే మీకు గుర్తుంటుంది. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకపోతే మాత్రం మీ క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యి కూడా there is no sense of joining into the class or attending these sessions, because practice, when you practice, then only you can able to understand and you can able to remember it. That is called hands-on experience. మీరు చేతితో చేసినప్పుడు మాత్రమే మీకు గుర్తుంటుంది, అంతే తప్ప మీరు చూసినంత మాత్రమే మీకు ఏది గుర్తుంది. సో మీకు టైం దొరుకుతుందంటే మాత్రమే మీరు స్టెప్ వేయండి. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి అట్లీస్ట్ మీకు 1 hour 2 hours ఆ టైం మీకు ఉండాలి కంపల్సరీ, అదే డేలో, అట్లీస్ట్ డే ఆఫ్టర్. I'm just making my other machine ready. Yeah. So you are able to see my screen, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You're able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just go to control panel. Just go to control panel. Then go to programs and features, and then turn on Windows features on or off. Okay. You just write the steps so that you can do the practice at your home. Otherwise, you'll not be able to remember if you see the images of the videos. Just turn Windows features on or off. So you'll be getting a console like this. Okay. You'll be getting a lot of features here, Windows features. Out of them, you have to select only a Hyper-V. Okay. You just select Hyper-V. Then click on OK. So it's started getting that feature to be installed in your machine. Supplying changes. It may ask for machine reboot. Once the machine is rebooted, Hyper-V management server will be available in your machine. Hyper-V Manager. It won't take much time. It's a Windows native feature. You are not going to any third party. Yeah. Windows completed the required changes. Machine has to be rebooted. Let's see Hyper-V is available or not first. Hyper-V. Is it available? No. Right? So I'm just rebooting the machine. Please start now. When machine is rebooting, it will take 1 to 2 minutes of time to come back. I'll share the screen again. So it's very simple to install Hyper-V services in your machine. Install it and start using virtual machines. Very easy. So the machine is rebooted, and I'm trying to log in again now. So I'm just back. Now you're able to see my screen, right? Just go to again control panel. Go to just let us search for Hyper-V Manager. So Hyper-V Manager is there, right? If you install that in Windows features, it will be available after reboot. Just open it. And this is the console. So this is your computer name. Right click here and new virtual machine. Simple. New virtual machine, and you can start creating virtual machine from here. Just go to give a name. It is that Windows Server 2016 new, and this is the by default location where this virtual machine will be stored. And I want to change it because I don't want to consume the space from C drive, because it is in C drive, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to browse and I'll go to another drive, and somewhere I'll give a name called VMs. Here I just wanted to save it. Okay, directly in VMs? No, we have to save it in a folder called again 2016. Okay. Next. Page.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, for this we do not need any software, sir. It directly takes software to the site.
No, it doesn't require any software. This is Windows native feature. Any Windows operating system from Windows 10, you'll be getting this Hyper-V Manager. You can directly install it. from
No,
the
no, I'm
control
asking
panel.
it 2016 server. For
Sorry,
2016 server. For 2016 server.
for 2016. So you have to
Yeah.
download the operating
Will-
system image from the Microsoft so that you can install that in your machine.
Then after we have to select that one, sir.
I didn't get you. Your voice is not clear.
లేదు ఇంతకుముందు డైరెక్ట్ ఇది వీది ఓపెన్ చేసిన తర్వాత డైరెక్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు కదా ఇమేజ్ ఫైల్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
ఇంకా నేను సెలెక్ట్ చేయలేదు. I'm just showing you now. Assigning memory is 1024, which is 1 GB of memory. So click next, and now it is asking for configuration of your network. Currently, you can leave it as is because we don't know anything about network. Then next, and here the operating system. Okay, operating system disk is 127 is the by default one. You can change it based on your requirement. So here I'm leaving as is because it won't consume more space in my disk. Then next here I have to select the operating system disk. So the operating system disk, either I can go with a installation media if I have any drive in the sense DVD drive in my machine. So here the option would be available. Here it is grayed out because I don't have disk in drive in my machine. So I'm using OS image file which is ISO.iso. Okay, so I'll use this ISO file to install my operating system, or I can select install it later, and then later after configuration of VM I can add the ISO image too. So I'm just selecting this, and then I'll browse the image. Where is that image? It is there in my machine somewhere. Images, and then 2016 data center evaluation open. Okay, the next, this is the summary of all your configuration which is selected, then finish. Now the virtual machine is got created, but the operating system is not yet installed. So you have to start installing the operating system, right? Already we learned how to install the operating system yesterday. You can do the installation part, but here I'm showing you because you want to, you have to do the practice at your home post or after our classes. For that reason I'm just showing you here. Clear all of you? Nivas, am I clear, or still you have any questions?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So this is what installing Hyper-V. If you don't want to install Hyper-V, just remember, in your laptop if you have Windows 10 Home Edition, you know editions, right? In Windows 10 also we have few home editions: Windows Home, Windows Professional, and Windows Enterprise. So if you have Home Edition in your laptop, you cannot install Hyper-V because Hyper-V is not available in Home Edition. Even though if you try to search in Windows features, it won't be available. So just check in your machine whether your laptop or desktop is having proper operating system edition or not. Okay, if you have edition of Home Edition, then what we can do, we can install VMware Workstation. VMware Workstation is very easy. Just connect the data. Yes, I have VMware Workstation 12 here. This is the setup file. You just double click. Sorry, I'm not sharing it.
Except home edition only, sir.
Yes, see, you have I have VMware 12 with me, and this is the setup file. You just double click on it, and it will ask for next finish. After completion of your installation, it will ask for keys are available in the first file. These many keys are there with us. You just copy one of the key and paste it, and that's it. Your VMware Workstation would be available. There also it is
Example,
same
KMS.
machines and all. Yeah, Nivas, tell me. You have a question?
No, sir. This is example for KMS, right? We can take the example.
Okay. Yeah, money, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have home edition, go with VMware. If you have the professional edition at your home, go with Hyper. Both are okay, just to practice. Got it, clarity? Right, everyone? Then I'm going to start this today's session. Let me share my screen now. So where you will be getting the VMware, you can download it from internet. Okay. Or you can copy who are available offline here. Windows Server also. Everyone has good enough bandwidth, right? Nowadays. So you can download it easily. Yeah. So that's what about today's yesterday's session. Today I'm going to start the new session or yeah. So managing roles and features and file server configuration. That is what our today's session. Okay. Before starting session, anybody have questions so that I can answer and then start my session? Okay. So
Sir, yesterday I missed the class.
okay.
Sir, yesterday I missed the class. What topics you have told? Just
It's about the introduction of Windows Server. We have captured the video of our session yesterday. We'll be sharing that to you. You can download it and you can go through with that. If you have any questions, you can ask me anytime. Okay.
okay.
So today's session is about managing roles and features and file server configuration. I said you yesterday, server is just operating system. It's just an operating system. But what is the thing which make that operating system as server? It is simple as Windows 10 operating system. I have shown you also. Operating system, icons, everything is same. Whatever you are doing with your Windows 10 operating system, you also can do with Windows Server also. You can use that as a desktop also, not an issue by installing in your laptop. But what makes that operating system as a server? It is roles and features which are installed in the machine. Roles and features which are installed in the machine will make that simple normal operating system as a server. I have shown you yesterday server manager. Server manager. What all you wanted to configure it for your organization, you have to do everything from a single console called server manager. Through the server manager console, you can start installing roles, features, everything. You can configure your server. So today we are going to learn about that first. Okay. So introduction of server manager and installing roles and features, configuring file server, accessing file server from the servers and share permissions. These are the agenda of today's session. Yeah. So introduction to the file server, server manager. Server manager is a management console in Windows Server that helps IT professionals to manage both local and remote servers or desktops. Sorry, from their desktops. So you can manage in the sense by installing roles or by uninstalling the roles, installing features, uninstalling the features. Everything can be managed from the server console, and the server console can be used for local machine as well as remote machine also. For example, there is a machine in some other location which is having server operating system. You can manage that server from the server management console from your laptop itself. You can install that server manager machine, manager console in your local machine, local laptop, and you can manage them. That is easy. It's a single point of control where you can do the management of roles and features. Okay, server manager is available from Windows Server 2008 R2, and it is updated in 2012 to support remote and multi-server management to help increase the number of servers an administrator can manage. Initially, the server manager is started in Windows Server 2008 R2. Okay, before Windows Server 2008 R2, there is no server manager. Okay, and after that, it is got updated in Windows Server 2012, which will support for remote management also, remote server management also. Okay, this is the just history of server manager. So this is the server manager console available in all Windows Server operating systems, starting from Server 2008 R2. I'll show you this console and I'll teach you how to install the role and what roles are available, and everything we'll discuss today. Okay, so as I said, by installing some roles and features, you will make that machine as a server. So what is role and what is feature? We must understand about it first. Okay, so the first one is role. Role is nothing but it is a simple software package. A role is ideally a preferred set of features and services that you would specify for a particular function on the server and in your environment. I'm not reading it. I'll explain you. Role is a software package which will have a specific functionality to provide services to client. It's a software package which is available in operating system, which will not install, it will be available to install, and it will have a specific functionality to provide services to clients or network devices. Best example is website. You know website, right? Everyone will go to some websites like Google, Gmail, all these are websites, simple websites. Whatever the services which are providing by this website is different, but simply it is a web console, right? It's a web server, right? So to host a web server or website, you have to install a role called IIS. IIS, Internet Information Services. By installing that Internet Information Services, you will be able to host a website. So hosting a website is a functionality, right? That is being happening when you install IIS package. It's a software package which is available in Windows operating system. I'm just giving an example. Got it? So a role is a software package which will have a specific functionality to provide services to the network device. Then features. Before going to features, in role only there is a subsequent feature called role services. Role services. Every role will have their own services, different set of services. Those are also same, but role services will support the role. That's it. We'll learn what is role services and what all the role services are available to install. And next one about feature. Before that, for roles, examples here. These are the examples for roles: DHCP server, DNS server, IIS server, file and storage services. All these are the examples for roles which are available in Windows. I'll show you now. And features. Features also a software program that are directly or indirectly supporting roles. Supporting roles. It is also will have specific functionality to improve the functionality of the server. Example, Hyper-V. Hyper-V is not a role. It is a feature. It is Windows feature which is available to run the virtual machine. It is not a role. You have to install the Hyper-V feature in your machine. But role, DHCP is a role. DNS is a role. Both are same, but a small line between role and feature. Role will have specific functionality and it's a software package, and feature is a specific functionality which supports roles. It will also have specific functionality but which supports roles. Example, IIS is a role I said, but for IIS .NET framework is mandatory because most of the websites will be designed in the .NET framework. Okay, so .NET framework is a feature again. .NET framework is a feature. So like that, features are also a software package, but it supports directly or indirectly, it supports a service. Role. Okay, as I said, Hyper-V. Hyper-V is the feature, but it is supporting a role called Microsoft System Center Virtual Machine Manager. There is a separate role where it will provide the vCenter ID on the vCenter ID on the. So Microsoft నుంచి vCenter console, Microsoft vCenter లాంటి ఒక అప్లికేషన్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ నుంచి కూడా ఉంది. అదే SCVMM System Center Virtual Machine Manager. Okay, 100 hostly Hyper-V servers ని ఇది మేనేజ్ చేయగలరు సింగిల్ కన్సోల్. Okay, so దానికి Hyper-V అనేది ఒక సపోర్టింగ్ ఫీచర్. So like feature is also a software program, but it supports directly or indirectly to a role. Okay, that's it. So I'll show you here what all the roles and services are available in Windows operating system. Let me log in into this Hyper-V Manager. Now 2016 operating system is running. So I see server manager. Just click on start and you'll be finding server manager here. Okay, or you can go to Windows administrative tools. There you will be finding server manager. Here, server manager. Just open server manager, and this is the console of server manager. You can manage local server as well as remote server. If you go here local server, this is the local server. Okay, if you go with all servers, here you'll be finding the other servers which are there in the network. If you have privileges of that particular server, you can manage that server from here itself. అంటే దాని క్రెడెన్షియల్స్ మన దగ్గర ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ మనం ఇక్కడి నుంచే మేనేజ్ చేయొచ్చు ఆ సర్వర్ ని కూడా. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ. దట్స్ వాట్ ది అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ విండోస్. ఇట్స్ ద ఫీచర్. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక 10 సర్వర్లు ఉన్నాయండి, 10 సర్వర్లోనే నేను ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ రూల్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి. ఐ హావ్ టు ఇన్స్టాల్ IIS సర్వీస్ ఇన్ 10 different servers, right? So in the case of 2008, I have to log in each and every server, or I have to take the remote desktop of the server. I have to install web service in each and every machine. Web service would take around 30 minutes of time to complete all the configurations. So for one machine it is 30 machine, for 10 minutes machine it is almost 5 hours of time I have to invest. Where in server 2016 the new feature is got updated. 2001 the new feature is got updated, managing the remote servers. What I can do, I can group all the servers as a server group. I can install the role on the server group where it will install in every server. Okay, how much time it is? 30 minutes for installation, 10 minutes for configuring each group. That's it. Within an hour I can install the IIS role in 10 machines, not in 10, the number of machines which you are added into the server group. Okay, that is what the advantage of Windows Server Manager concept. Just expand it and go to local server and go to manage. Okay, here you will be finding add and feature, roles and features, remove roles and features, right? So add roles and features. Just go to start, you write it installing roles, you write it as installing roles, and the running notes which you are writing will help you in future. Like I'll give my example. I have a CCNA book. Still if I open my book, almost it is 12 years old, 12 years, almost 2010 I have learned CCNA. So I have that note still. If I open the book, if I see the particular area where the topic is, I can remember the examples which my faculty given on that day. Because if you are writing your own notes, that will help you to recollect the information when you are learning. That running notes is a good one. It's not like you have to write everything on a good manner. You write however you are understanding. It's just to recollect the information for you. That's it. So to start, then server manager, and here add and roles feature available in dashboard, or you can go to manage. It will be there. Okay, I'm just showing you what all the roles are there. Just click on manage and add roles and features. So this is the, before you begin, you just need to read all these things, because it will help you in installing the roles or features. It's like this wizard, you install roles and role services or features. You determine which role service or feature to install based on computing needs of your organization, such as sharing documents or hosting website. And before you continue, verify the following tasks have been completed. One is administrator account has a strong password, network settings such as static IP address is configured, and the most current security updates to Microsoft updates are installed. Okay, so this is just like a disclaimer. You read it or you don't read it, leave it, not an issue. Click on next. Now, installation of roles, like role-based or feature-based installation or remote desktop services. So I don't want remote desktop services installation at this point of time. We have a separate class. I'm just going with role-based or feature-based installation. Next, which server you wanted to install? Okay, you can select the server here and you can install it. If you have multiple servers in the server group, you can select all or you can select any one of them. That's your wish. Okay. Next. Now, these are the server roles are available in Windows. Active Directory Certificate Services, Active Directory Domain Services, Active Directory Federation Services, Active Directory Lightweight Directory Services, Active Directory Rights Management Services, Device Health Attention Attestation, and DHCP, DNS, fax, file and storage services, host guardian service, Hyper-V, multi-point service, network controller, network policy and access service, MPA, print services, remote access, remote desktop, volume activation services. As I said, Windows activation can be done with the volume activation services, and web server IaaS, Windows deployment services, WDS, Windows Server Essential Experience, and Windows Server Update Service, WSUS. So these are the roles are available in the Windows operating system. Based on your requirement of your organization, you have to install the role. Okay. So here I'm installing a simple role called file service. Right? Service. In file and iSCSI services, I am selecting file server. File server. Just select file server. Then next, these are the features. Along with role, you can install features also. These are the features that are available. I cannot read all of this, but you can see .NET framework, BitLocker drive encryption, and here you'll be having Hyper-V also. Where is that Hyper-V? Oh, virtual machine on the router input. Failover clustering. Yesterday I said you, right? Next, IPAM, IP address management server. We have that concept. Next, excuse me, SMB, server message block, SMTP, SNMP, TFTP, Telnet. So all these are the features which are directly or indirectly supporting roles. Okay, so I don't need any of the roles to be installed at this point of time. By default, .NET Framework 4.6 is already installed. 2 out of 7 are installed. There are 7 packages. Out of them, 2 packages are already been installed: .NET Framework 4.6 and TCP port sharing, which are essential to run the operating system. So those are already been installed. I'm not selecting any of them. Then next, file server I'm installing. Okay, and select this option, restart the destination server automatically is required. If we just installed Hyper-V and machine requires a machine reboot, until unless it is rebooted, the new changes won't apply to the machine. In the same way, these file servers may require machine reboot. If you don't reboot the machine, the file servers will not function properly as you expected. Okay, so what we need to do? We have to select this option so that it will restart the machine. If you have any dependency of restarting, then uncheck this. For example, before restarting, you have to stop some of the services of your application. Then uncheck this. If it is asked for restart, then you have to go with your process of stopping all the services, then reboot it. Then I don't need anything. I don't have any dependencies, so install. Now this machine will become file server. Once the services are installed, this machine will become file server, where it can provide file services to the network users. We have concept of file server today, so I'm just showing you here. Later I'll explain you what exactly file server and features of file server. Now installation succeeded in this machine. Close. It doesn't require reboot. Now this machine will act as file server. Nothing, it won't be available here. Now you can start sharing the folders. You just create a folder and share this. That file will be available over the network. So how to access the files and how to create the file server, then we'll be learning later. But at this point of time, I'm just trying to show you how to install the roles. In the same way, you can install features also. I've just shown you. Got it? Any question, guys, who are there online? Okay. Yeah. So roles and features, I'll just shown you now. Then the next one is file server. So what is file server? What is file server? You should be able to explain what exactly it is, right? So file server is nothing but it's a Windows feature which provides file services to the network users. It will help you to create shared folders, and those shared folders can be accessed by the users. Okay, to provide that file services over network, you have to install file services. Okay, if you want definition, there it is there, you just write it. The Windows file server role allows customers to share files using attached storage and integrates seamlessly with Active Directory with NTFS permissions. Files are served to end users or SMB file shares that can be mapped as a drives or accessed by UNC paths. This is a definition copied from Wikipedia, copied from Microsoft. This is Microsoft definition, or you can create your own definition. If somebody asks me, I'll tell you file server is this role available in Windows, which provides file services, which allows administrator to share or provide shared folders to the end users so that they can access the shared folder with the permissions which are given by administrator. Okay, and those files or shared folders can be accessed as a drive or as a network path. They can use it. I'll tell in that way. It's my own definition. You also can create your own definitions when explaining, but that should say what exactly file server. Okay. So features of file server. What are the features of file server? These are the features. One is file server is one of the feature. Second one is DFS, distributed file system. Third one is FSRM, file server resource manager. And next one is NFS, network file system, and iSCSI target server. So these are the file server features or file service features. These are the file service features. So we'll be discussing one after one. Anyhow, today we are going to discuss about file server. DFS, we have a specific topic to discuss about DFS, distributed file system. FSRM, we are going to learn today. NFS, we have separate topic. So file server, I study about file server. What is DFS? Distributed file system, right? DFS is nothing but it is a file server with load balancing and failover. File server with load balancing and failover. Pairlone unnai ivanni. Load balancing ante వచ్చే లోడ్ ని బ్యాలెన్స్ చేసుకోవడం. ఫెయిల్యూర్ అంటే ఏదైనా ఫెయిల్యూర్ అయినప్పుడు ఆ రిక్వెస్ట్ వేరే దానికి మూవ్ అవ్వాలి, రైట్? మనకు తెలుసు, మేబీ we are unable to explain it, but we know by the names we can able to sense it what exactly the feature. So I'll have multiple file servers, and these all the file servers will have same data. In front of file servers there is a server called DFS, distributed file system. What this will do, what all the requests are coming to file server will be equally distributed to all the file servers. Okay, the DFS will manage the request to balance the request with all the servers on the back end. Front end only one file server, DFS, but back end multiple file servers. Okay, and if in case of any hardware failure, if any one or two file servers are down due to network or due to hardware failure, right, the other file servers will keep providing the services to the end users without any interruption. There will not be any interruption. That is what the distributed file server, and we are going to do the practice at our lab, in our lab. Okay, and FSRM, file server resource manager, we are going to learn it anyhow, and I'll tell you what exactly that is. NFS, network file system. See, here there are three flavors of operating systems: Windows, Unix, and Linux. If I want to share the data between these three different platforms, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. The feature is called NFS. NFS is a widely used feature or protocol using by any platform of operating system. Any flavor of operating system or any platform of operating system can use NFS. File service anedi, it will use SMB. See, in Windows, file server will use SMB. There is a must here. SMB, server message block. The protocol name is server message block. Windows will use SMB protocol to share the data, which is not readable by other Linux platforms or Unix platforms. SMB, they don't know anything. We have Telugu, and some Tamil Nadu have their own language. Tamil. In Kerala, they have their own language, Malayalam. But all we three have a common language called English or Hindi. Hindi is our national language and English is our international language. So, like that, NFS is one of the protocol which is known by all the platforms. So that if you want to share any data available in Windows and you want to access from Linux, it is possible through NFS. Got the clarity? That's it. And next one is iSCSI target server. iSCSI target server is like providing storage at the block level, not at the file level. I'll tell you what is block level and what is file level later. Okay. and protocols for file server, SMB and NFS. Okay. These are the features and protocols of the file server. Then FSR, File Server Resource Manager, and this is being used widely in the organization. I have 1 TB of storage in my server, and I shared a shared folder to all of you, and I have given write permissions for everyone, so that you can copy the data, you can delete the data however you want, right? Good. How much space I have? 1 TB, right? Now you started copying data. Somebody have copying their personal data like videos or whatever it is, or movies they are copying. So data, the storage will get consumed, right? My purpose is you have to copy the important data related to your professional work or education, whatever it is, but you are using it for your personal purpose or copying for entertainment data and all. So my intention is to store important data, but you are copying your own data, which is not fulfilling my intention, and also the space is getting consumed. To protect that, I can enable this file server resource manager, which will provide the quota management. Even though you have read and write permissions, I can give quota. Quota in the sense, here I have 1 TB, but I'll give only 100 MB for every one of you. 100 MB or 1 GB for every one of you. Okay, 10 members are there, so 10 GB will be consumed maximum. If you try to copy more than 1 GB, you will not be able to, because I have a hard limit for you. I have given a hard limit for your shared folder, where you can copy up to 10 GB of data, 1 GB of data, not more than that.
Sharing limited data, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, sharing limited data, right?
It's not sharing limited data, it is providing the limited storage as a shared folder.
Yeah, fine.
So that you can copy up to the limit which I have given, up to the data which I have given the limit. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what quota management. And second one is file screening management. File screening management, I have given this 1 GB storage to copy your documents. But if you are copying your files like videos, it will get consumed, right? So what I'll do, I'll block video files. I'll block all extension of video files. What are the extensions of video files? MP4, MPEG4, that MOV, next WMI. All these are the extensions for videos. What I can do, I can block all these extensions so that you cannot copy those files. You can copy only .docx, .xlx, .pdf, .txt. Only these files you can copy. Either I can allow few extensions, or I can block few extensions, so that you cannot copy data other than the what it called files extensions which I have given. Right? In that way, I can provide the storage for you accurately. Right? So that is what. Just to, it is happening in the organizations. If you have a shared folder, people start copying the personal data. Okay. For that reason, this file screening management will provide that kind of feature. And storage reports. I have 1,000 folders in my machine. I just wanted to get the report, what all the files are there, how many files are there, and who are the person who copied the data, and for each person how much storage is being allocated, how much storage is being utilized. If I want to get that kind of reports of a specific shared folder, I can get it using the help of storage reports. And file classification is also one of the feature of file screening. Like, you can classify the file extensions, file type of files. Okay, so with that you can generate reports, you can configure file screenings and all. So that is what the features of FSRM. Here I'm not only teaching you this technical subject, I'm going to show you how to do the practice. Okay, practical I'll explain you so that you can do the practice at your. So the next one, yes. So these are the things which we are going to learn now. Installing file service rule, which is already completed. Now configuration of file server and configuration of shared folder permissions and accessing shared folders over network, configuration of FSRM and file screening and quota management. These are the topics which we are going to learn practically now. Okay, so let's start. Yeah. Before starting these the practical sessions, anybody have questions? Features, quota management, file screening management. Okay, I'll give you the data. Okay, so shall I start the practical session now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let me share my screen again. So before that, you must understand about networking. Networking. What is networking? It enables communication between machines. Okay, networking is nothing. It enables communication between machines or devices, network devices, so that these will can share the data, can access the services, whatever it is. So I'm not studying the network topics here, but I'll tell you about IP addressing. So IP address is nothing but it is an address for a machine where you can connect to that machine or network. It's just like our door number for our home, so that anyone can come to our location by using that door number, right? The door number will be 3 blocks basically. One is house number, street number and ward number, kind of, right? The same way IP address also has some blocks, and that IP address will help in identifying the devices in the network and to connect to that network. So here I'm just using an IP address called, I'll tell you how to assign IP addresses and all later. I'm just using an IP address called guys who are online. It may got disconnect for 5 minutes because I'm just changing the network settings. I'll be back. Please be stay online.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Hello, am I audible now? I'm just back.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, guys. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is a server operating system, and we have installed file services, right? Till now we have installed file services. Now what I'm trying to do is I'll create a shared folder, and I'll give some permissions, and I'll try to access it from other machine. Okay. Here there are two machines are there. One is the virtual machine which I am created. This is server. Another one is the laptop. This is Windows 11 client. Just imagine in your imagination, the server is virtual machine and the client is my laptop. Just imagine, or just assume these two are two different machines. Okay, as we are doing on virtualized environment, we just have to think in that way. Like virtual machine is server and my laptop is on another client. Two machines, two different machines. Okay, so I have to see how many disks are there. I think I have only one disk. C drive only I have, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a new volume. You don't worry about this console. We'll be learning later again. So I'm just giving 10240 10 GB of drive for E drive. Next, finish. It's created and it is formatting now. Yes, it is formatted. The drive letter is not assigned yet. Yes, E drive. Now see, in computer or in PC, you'll be seeing two drives. Right, C drive and E drive. E drive is our drive which we created. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a folder called shared folder ICM data. This is the folder I created. Right now I wanted to share this folder and the network user should able to access it. So you just write down the steps, because if you want to practice you have to follow these steps. If you want me to say it slow, I'll take you to with the slow. Okay, Right click on folder, properties, go to sharing tab, advanced sharing, then share this folder. And what name you want to share this folder? You also can change the name. Actual folder name is ICM data, or you can share that folder to other users on a different name. That's possible. You can change the name here if needed, right? And limit the number of simultaneous users to. How many users can access this folder at a time? These many people at a time. It's very huge in the number. So these many people can able to access this folder at a time. Or you can limit it to 10 members or 20 members. That is your requirement. Okay, and permissions, which are very important. Just go to permissions. Currently it has read permissions. Yes, read permissions, that too for everyone. If you want to give this access to a specific user, this can be possible. Or if you want to give them with limited permissions, only change and read, not full control. Full control can delete, but change and read can edit the file. So I'm just giving read permissions at this point of time. Okay, apply. Okay, apply and okay. Now see network path. Just remember, this is your network path where you can connect this folder using this path. This is called UNC path, Universal Network Locator, network connection. This is the network path where you can connect to the folder using this path in the network. I'll copy this. If needed, I'll use this, not an issue. Then close. The shared folder is ready now. Right? What I'll do, I'll create a file here for temporary purpose. Information info. To check the shared folder practical shared. Okay, save it, close it. Now the folder is created and data is also ready. Now you have to access this shared folder over network. Over network in the sense it's not locally, it is somewhere in from the other machine. Now what I'll do, I'll show you here. Before that, what is the IP of this machine? How to check IP config. You check the IP address. The IP address is 192.168.1.24. You just remember this IP address. Now what I'm doing is I'm just coming to other machine. Where is this machine located? It is some other machine. It's my laptop. It could be some other server or some other machine within the network, right? I'll see my IP address also. IP config. What is my IP address? It is 192.168.1.20. 1.23. That was 24. You remember that, right? Now what I'll do is I'll check whether these two are communicating or not. These two are communicating or not. Is the command to check whether these two are communicating or not. Whether the communication is there or not. To check that, we'll be using a command called ping. PING. Packet Internet Grouper is the full form of the ping. 192.168.1.24, right? Enter. Now you are getting reply. You try with other IP address which is 143, you don't get reply because it is not exist in the network. Destination host unreachable. If it is 243, if I ping with 24, it is giving time less than 1 millisecond and TTL is 128. Right? You have to see this. This is very, very, very important. If you try to ping.google.com, okay, 19 or 23 milliseconds of time it is taking to reach Google. Okay, to reach Google, it is taking around 23 milliseconds. Whereas within the machine, I have a virtual machine and it is taking less than 1 millisecond. Less than 1 millisecond to reach. Got the clarity? Latency should not be, it should not be more than 300. If it is more than 300, it means the network latency is very high and you will feel the network performance, network related issues, performance issues in your application. IRCTC ఎప్పుడైనా ట్రై చేశారా? ట్రైన్ టికెట్ ఓపెన్ చేయడానికి షార్ప్ 10 o'clock కోసం. Of course it is upgraded, but still there you'll identify some slowness in the accessing the application. In the same way, if the latency is more than 300, you should consider it is slow. Network is slow. If it is less than 300, it is fine. If it is less than 1 millisecond, it is faster than anything because within the network. Okay. Now see this. We tested it. I just wanted to access the shared folder. How to access the shared folder? Just open one command. Right? ///// you just keep in your mind. Backward slash అంటే పైన ఉన్నది చూడండి, పైది ఎటు ఉంటే అటు, పైది బ్యాక్ సైడ్ ఉంది అనుకోండి బ్యాక్వర్డ్ స్లాష్, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ ఉంటే రైట్ సైడ్ ఉంటే ఫార్వర్డ్ స్లాష్, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. // then IP address 192.168.1.24 1.24, then enter. It is asking username and password. You have to give username and password when you try to log in first time. So I have the password administrator. Password is ICM at 123. Just take it. Did I got the data or not? Now if you see, try to open the folder. Yes, it is being opened. I'm able to open the data too. I'm trying to delete it, getting deleted, and I try to save. It won't allow me to save. It is asking to save as. It is asking me to save as. It is not enabling me to save because it is not enabling me to write the data. Only read. I can open it. I can copy the data, but still I cannot modify the data. If you try to delete the file, it will scold you that you don't have privilege to delete the file. You require permissions from administrator to make changes for this file. Try again, nothing possible. Got it? So like that you can do, and you can try to create the file. You cannot create a new file to even because it has read-only options, permissions. Permissions are very important, right? This is one way of accessing shared folder. The another way of accessing shared folder is with name. Currently we tried with IP address, right? We also can try with the name, computer name. So what is the computer name? It is difficult to remember. I'll try to copy. If not, I'll change the computer name. Yes, it is an embedment copy. / computer name. Enter. Then it will ask again password. That is, we tried with IP address. This we tried with name. So administrator ICM at 123. Okay. Same data. With name also you can access data. With IP address also you can access the data. Got it? Now, I'm a lazy person and I'm not a technical guy. Okay, every time copying somewhere this UNC path and pasting in run command, enter, giving credentials, that is bit difficult for me because I'm not a technical guy. Just assume. Okay, I'm not a technical guy, I cannot do that. So what I can do is, as a administrator, what you can do is you create a shared folder drive, that is map network drive, in my machine, and you go. Whenever I want to access my data, I'll open the drive. That's it. How to create the drive is simple. Go to computer, this PC, map network drive, and I am giving the drive letter as Z, and the path is / computer name. Okay, and there's the shared folder, right? What is the shared folder? ICM underscore data, right? Or you can browse it also. Browse. This is ICM data. Okay. Finish. Now, when I open my computer, I go to this PC, I'll be able to see the drive directly. It's a network location, it is not local drive. Just open it and I'll use my drive whenever I want. Pretty much easy, right? Yeah. I'll show you again. Map network drive. This is called as map network drive. Mapping a drive which is available in network. Got it? So from where we can do that? Go to computer, this PC, right click here. If it is Windows 11, you'll be you have to go with show more options. If it is Windows 10, you directly get map network drive option here. Map network drive. Okay, click on it. You'll be getting a console to configure. You have to select the drive letter which you want to select A, and you have to give the path, UNC path, the one which you got it right when you create a folder, shared folder, network path. The same you have to provide here. Either you can type or you can browse it. In network, it is not showing anything. So just give the IP address or computer name 192.168.1.24. Right? Click on browse. You have ICM data, select it. Okay. Then finish. This another drive is got created. The size 10 GB because exactly. Under 10 GB ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది కూడా 10 GB చూపిస్తుంది. ఇది కూడా 10 GB చూపిస్తుంది. దాంట్లో స్పేస్ ఎంత ఉంది 10 GB ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 10 GB కనిపిస్తుంది. So I can copy the data now. Still I have read-only permission, right? There is no permission. If I change the privileges there, permissions there, then I can do. How can I? Just I'll show you here. Now I just move to server. This is the shared folder. Right click, properties, sharing, advanced sharing, permissions, change. Apply. Okay. Okay. Close. Now I am moving back to my client. Yes. Now what I'll do, I'll just go to drive. Okay. Now I'll try to create the data. New. It is allowing me to do. It is allowing me to write. Right? Now I'll try to delete this file. Info1. It got deleted. Only editing the data. Full control in this sense, even I can provide the permissions to other users. Now I have access. For example, you are also there as a user. I can give the permissions to you also even. If I select full control. In this situation with change permissions, I cannot give the permissions to others. But if I have full control, then I can give the permissions to people. Here two roles are there. One is administrator, another one is end user. Administrator will configure everything. User will be able to access with the administrator privileges. Right? So I'm just showing you both. But with 10 మందికి 10 systems ఉంటాయి. If 10 people are there, you will have 10 machines. In 10 machines, the way is same. / either host name or IP address. You'll get the shared folder. Open it. You copy the data, whatever you want. If I give one file folder for all of you, for example, if I create 10 different folders for 10 different people, and I give access only to you, folder I have created a name called Venkatesh data, and I have gave the access only to you. Then only you can access, not others. Okay file ni 10 members access చేయలేరు, but okay folder ni 10 members access చేయగలరు. చూడొచ్చు. Almost 16 lakhs people can access the shared folder at a time. But only one person can able to edit the file at a time. Not multiple people can edit. Permission ఇచ్చారు. ఒక ఫైల్ ని ఇద్దరు ఒకేసారి ఎడిట్ చేయలేరు. Even though you have full control, you both cannot edit a single file at a time. One after one. అతను క్లోజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత మీరు ఓపెన్ చేయాలి. ఒకవేళ ఇద్దరు ఒకేసారి ఓపెన్ చేస్తే ఫస్ట్ ఓపెన్ చేసిన ఆయనకి రీడ్ అండ్ రైట్ పర్మిషన్ లో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. సెకండ్ ఓపెన్ చేసిన ఆయనకి రీడ్ ఓన్లీ మోడ్ లో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. సో మీరు చేసింది సెకండ్ పర్సన్ కెనాట్ సేవ్ ఇట్, బట్ ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ కెన్ సేవ్ ఇట్. So that is the advantage of shared folders. So you can provide the shared services to the number of users. Shared folder services, right? Having a single file server, I'll keep taking the backup of the file server. Then, even though that server has got damaged or lost the data, still I have backup and I can reconfigure it easily. Data is safe. Instead of copying data from 10 different systems, copying data from one system is very easy for me, and it is very easy to manage for me. Right? For that reason, the file server came into the picture. You can use your own file server files from the shared folder. Got it? Got the clarity, guys?
Yes, sir. Sir, we can share particular drive also, sir.
Yes, we can share even the drives. I'm just showing you here.
Yeah.
I want to share the drive C. Just go to C drive, properties, sharing, advanced sharing, share this drive, permissions, full control you can give, but I'm not giving. Read, apply, okay, close. Right? So I'll be able to access the drive from my machine. / host name or IP address. I'll be getting C drive also. See all the files I'm able to see. You can share files, you can share folder. Yeah, you cannot share files at a single file. Yes, money.
Okay, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, great. Got the clarity about file services? Now I'm asking you to practice with the given base of application, either Hyper-V or VMware. Install a virtual machine and then start doing practical. And if you face any challenges in terms of configuring IP address, you just call me on the number. We'll help you. Okay. That's
sure.
It. That's it. Okay. Then next one. So configuring shared folder with permissions is also done, and configuring shared folder over the network is also done. What's the time now? 9:50. Okay. Fine then. So we'll end up this session by at this place, and we'll resume it from here tomorrow. Okay. So any question, guys, who are there online?
No, sir.
Yeah, what about others? Geeta, Anuradha, Aniva?
No, sir, no.
No, nothing, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, we'll end up this session and we'll resume it tomorrow.